Welcome to Moments with Marianne. I'm so delighted we're spending this time here today. We have a very inspiring show coming right up with special guest Deirdre Hade, and she's here to share with us her new meditation, the Radiance Tree of Life Journey Meditation. Now, Deirdre's seminal work on the Kabbalah's Tree of Life was recorded with Jack-Canfield, the co-creator of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series, and released for the public for the first time this fall. The Radiance Tree of Life Journey Meditation is a guided journey into the ancient healing pathways of the mystical Kabbalah's Tree of Life that cleanses the body, mind, and spirit of toxic thoughts and emotions. By clearing away old patterns and obstacles with the power of its frequency, the Tree of Life reveals the potential of the soul, inner harmony, and peace and connectivity to greater love. So with that, let's welcome Deirdre Hade to the show.
Hi there. I'm so happy to be here with you.
Oh my goodness, it's always such a joy to spend this time with you. You always have such an enlightened spirit to bring to the conversation. I just can't wait till we share all these great things that you're working on now.
Well, thank you so much. Marianne, I just feel like, especially in the times now, we're going through these changes. I really want to come out and support everybody, and give the tools to stay in the light, to stay in the confidence, to have faith, keep that inner connection with the divine. So we all have that strength to move the mountains we are looking like we have to move these days. Right?
Well, without a doubt. And, it's interesting because we need more people like you. And I know that you're one of a kind, that we definitely need more people like you that help move that conversation forward. And I'm part of your community. I've been getting your emails and all these great things that you post. And it really helps to kind of stay focused on really what matters.
Well, thank you so much, because that's really music to my ears, because it's really why I created the website I created. It's an information site, and the emails and the posts. This really is my service. We all have inside of us a powerful light. That's where our superpower is. Mm-hmm. And so I see myself as like the igniter of light. So any way I can ignite the light in you and anyone so that you can ignite the light in others, that's how we're going to heal this world. And, and it's fun to do.
Well, it's interesting because it really is like a little bit at a time. And I know last time we had you on the show, we were talking about the Not So Little Book of Surprises,
yes,
which was really such a great book. And I love it. I use it to this day because you could take it you get inspiration day by day. It's not like a book meant to be read all at once. You really it goes with you on your journey.
Well, it is, and it's a timeless book. It's really a book for our time. The information that's in the book came to me from the Ascended Masters, from the presence of pure creation, and from the deep mystical Kabbalah. It's an oracle book, and it's a beautiful gift because it is an art book with Indre Balog's photos. It's a gift book, so coming around for Christmas, the holidays. It's everyone who gets it loves it. I wish I could take credit for the whole book, but a lot of people put this book together. So it was a real force of love, and thank you for appreciating it.
Well, yeah, I know your husband also contributed to that.
Yes.
And for our listeners that are new to your story, why don't you share a little bit about yourself so that they can, learn a little bit more about you as much as I appreciate you?
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm a person just like any other person, but I joke. I say, well, maybe I got hit on the head when I was really little, because when I was about 4 years old, I had my first vision. I was down by a pine tree where we're camping outside of Chicago on Lake Michigan, and I saw a cloud in the pine tree, and in this cloud, way up in the branches, a pickup truck ran over the tent where my baby brother was sleeping. And I immediately turned and ran back up the hill to the tent. I grabbed my brother. I ran. He's a baby, about 3 months old. Ran out of that tent, and then this truck ran over the tent and crashed down at the tree where I was standing. A group of kids had let the emergency brake go, because back in those days you could do that. If you let the emergency brake go, cars would go. And I heard my parents screaming, and then when the dust settled, they saw me holding my brother, and they couldn't believe it. They were like, this is, this is a miracle. And later in my broken English, I told them about the story about the cloud and everything, and it kind of became family lore. So I was born with this ability, but I'll have to tell you, Marianne, it wasn't easy. I went through a long period of darkness, of feeling like I was weird, different, not understanding this world. It was a long journey, and then when I was 16, my mother was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and I started praying over my mom, and then she lived 13 years. And that night, a light came in the room and filled the room with light, and she said, oh my pain's gone away. And we started working with this light, which became Radiance Healing, my life's work. So that's just a little bit of the story.
What a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing that. And, it's interesting when Spirit comes to speak with us, just how when we follow these directions, you saved your baby brother. He owes you, right now. So, but, you save the baby brother, and you're kind of just following your path. And I get what you're saying. So many people that feel like they are connected with Spirit feel so disconnected with this world, or that they don't fit in, or things feel awkward. So I think it's empowering for people to hear your story.
Well, thank you. And that's really also why I'm here, to all of you mystics, or all of you who've had these spiritual experiences and wonder, what do I do with it? There is a way. It's real important to be grounded with it, and there's a way to operate in the world and be a part of the world and still honor your gift. And it means, you're one of the sensitives. You're highly sensitive. And when you're a highly sensitive person, you have to honor and respect that. You might need more downtime. You may need more rest. You have to be careful of where you go. And you want to not be around a lot of negative energy and negative people. It really affects you. And I just want to say that's a good thing. That's part of your gift, is you're sensitive. So honor that. And also the tools I teach are really to help us be able to merge this light of the divine with the physical. That's what I'm doing right now. And that's what the Tree of Life is about.
Well, gosh, we've got a lot of different programs to talk about, and I think it's important because, right now, more than ever, I think those that are looking or who are following a spiritual path, or inquisitive, or people who are already on it that feel like they're kind of getting a little beat up, we need to have these resources. And so you talk about the Radiant Tree of Life. I know that you have a guided meditation with you and Jack-Canfield, and I'd love for you to share about what it's all about.
Well, yes. So Jack's a good friend of mine. We're putting together a Radiance Tree of Life program. And Jack's been giving my Tree of Life meditation at his workshops for years and years. And he says it's the most powerful meditation he's ever taught. He teaches it at the end of his Platinum Series retreats in his Yes to Success program. So he actually approached me and said, I really would like to record this. And I said, well, I'm working on a new program, and we decided to do it together. So that's coming out in the future. We're working on that right now. But you can listen to the Tree of Life that Jack teaches. It's called the Radiance Tree of Life Journey, and you can find it on my my website, deirdrehade.com, and you just go to meditations, and it says Radiance Tree of Life. And that Tree of Life meditation is a journey which opens up the crown chakra and brings light in, divine light, and runs it through your body, through the Tree of Life, all the way through your body, into the earth, and back up through your body. So it's cleansing, it's purifying, it clears toxic thought, toxic energy. You got to remember, everything is energy, even science, physics, everything that's all there is energy. And when you come to understand this and know that you are an energetic system, that gives you a lot of power, that you can say, oh, I can clean my system, I can clear out my system, I can reorganize my system. And when you do that, your thoughts become clearer, ideas become clearer, you get wisdom. Wisdom comes up, so you know what to do at a certain moment. Also healing, how to heal relationships. All this is released from you because you have all that knowledge in you. You know, the guru is within. That's all in. And what the Tree of Life does, the beauty of it, and this is from the Kabbalah, the ancient Kabbalah, is that the Tree of Life opens this reservoir for you to fully access the brilliance of your soul, that God power, that knowingness, and so that answers come up. You can hear the answers, you can see the answers, because your energetic grid has changed. Now, a lot of people ask me, what's the difference between the Tree of Life and the chakra system? Well, the Tree of Life is the complete chakra system. It includes the chakras. We find the Tree of Life going all the way back to Egypt. It's in the Vedas, the Hindu Vedas, and also in the ancient lineages of the Far East. But at some point, the masters decided, well, we only want to bring out the 7 chakras. But masters who've studied the history of all this know that the chakras are a piece of a larger piece. So the Tree of Life is the larger piece. It's the complete system. It's all connected, yes.
Wow, that is just amazing. And so I got to ask you, okay, so this is a really ancient meditation that you teach that's very powerful. Yes. So we look at what we're going through today. Does it relate to our lives in our contemporary world today?
Oh, absolutely, because the Tree of Life are the 10 emanations of consciousness. And so these emanations are truth, wisdom, understanding and intelligence, loving kindness, benevolence. It is firmness, the ability to say no, boundaries, strength. It is balance, harmony, beauty. It is the victory of manifestation, the ability to manifest. It is splendor and bliss, divine soul purpose. It is unity, union between all things. And it is the kingship, or the kingship is our ability to be a master in this domain of the third dimension, and the Shekinah, which is the divine indwelling light, the soul. So these are the emanations. They're called sapphires of the Tree of Life. And when you travel through it, you are traveling through the story of your consciousness. And in every sephirot, that's called a sephirot for sapphire, every emanation, there is a pain, there's a pain, there's a difficulty. And when you travel through it on my meditation, you're able to clear that. You're able to access obstacles that keep you from success, misunderstandings, and you also empower all of these aspects of your consciousness, because this is the Tree of Life is you, and we all have a Tree of Life. We're just not aware of it, and when you become aware of it, there's a power that comes with that.
Well, and I think a lot of people, when they look like, hey, I can start clearing this old patterns, these old fears, these different things that are affecting my life today and making it so I can't move forward, they don't realize that they have tools like this that they can use.
Absolutely. And these tools, they're ancient, but I do believe they're being resurrected to help us at this time. You know, Marianne, this knowledge of the ancient Kabbalah was held secret. It was in ancient texts and not even translated into English until 50 years ago. This knowledge was kept in mystical schools. This knowledge, Yeshua, Jesus studied. He talks a lot about the tree of life. And this is what he was talking about. I spent over 20 years studying ancient texts and working with rabbis to learn this knowledge and then be able to focus it into a way that we in the West can understand it and reap the rewards of this knowledge. And so that's what I have done in the Tree of Life. You won't find this Tree of Life meditation anywhere else on the planet. I promise. It's not out there. It's not there. This is 20 years of my work and putting together patterns from ancient texts and different messages from great teachers, sharing their message. And I deciphered a code, and this is the code. And this is the code of the Radiance Tree of Life.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because you're so gifted. You know, I was curious if Spirit had kind of led you to, you know, in kind of as you were studying the Kabbalah, just what was really there that you were looking for.
Well, that's so funny you should ask, because what happened is I wasn't studying Kabbalah. I'd have had many different teachers. I had a guru. I was studying the Vedas, and I had joined a synagogue because, believe it or not, I had a vision of Jesus who told me to learn the Torah. So I went to the synagogue, and it was all in Hebrew, so I didn't know what they were saying. But I went, and but then one day in my meditations, I went into these worlds, these universes of temples of light, the sacred garden, the library, the fountain of youth, the amethyst cave, the hall of illumination. And I was traveling in these unbelievable realms, and when I came back, I felt like a new person, and I just thought, oh my God, what was this? I've just discovered gold, and I said, God, what have you given me? It was so amazing. And then, being who I am, having grown up with two parents that were scientists, I have a very scientific mind. I said, well, I want to go read, and I want to see if what this is that I experienced. And so I started reading, I started studying, and I started studying accounts of these ancient rabbis, mystical rabbis, and their experiences of the Tree of Life, and it was just what I had experienced. And I went, oh my gosh, is this the Tree of Life? And then a voice said, yes, it is. Now go learn. So I went and I began to study the Zohar, the Yetzirah, different books that are very hard to decipher. That's all I have to say. And I realized I'd been given Kabbalah, and interestingly enough, Kabbalah literally means a downpouring of truth. And that's what I had received, a downpouring of truth. So I went and I studied, and I studied and did research, and then I put together this system from these ancient texts, including the Book of Thomas, where Jesus talks about the Tree of Life, and the 2 pages of the Book of Mary Magdalene that survived the fires when they discovered the Dead Sea Scrolls. And in these 2 pages, they're about the Tree of Life. So from all of this, I put together this journey of the Radiance Tree of Life. And what you'll receive from it are deep states of bliss, deep states of joy, healing, a clearing of obstacles, of old patterns, the energy to move forward into your full potential. And like I said, Jack Canfield and his Yes to Success seminars. He says that this is the most powerful meditation he's ever taught, and he teaches it at every workshop. So it's here for you. I invite you to listen and enjoy it. That's all you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Just listen.
Well, and just listen and participate in that. And before we move on, I have one more question about the Radiance Tree of Life Journey meditation. Now, when we talk about the mystical teachings, why are those so more? They're important today, but why do you feel they're so important now more than ever? And I know we've probably covered some of it, but I think it bears a repeating because people are just so into stuff right now.
Yes, people. We are into stuff. Yes, we are. So we're getting to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
The reason the mystical is so important is because that is the missing link to bringing our world back into order. I don't need to get into how out of order our world is looking. All the way from the natural, whether you believe in global warming or not, it's really insignificant. Because the reality is there are more hurricanes, there are more fires, there are more earthquakes, there is more extreme weather. That's the reality. The reality is that, I beg your pardon, that there's a huge difference between the wealthy and the non-wealthy, and that people are overstressed. There's too much technology coming into our brain. People are spinning out. People are stressed. People are depressed. We've got high drug addiction. Okay, what does all this mean? What it says, what it means really clear is that we have lost our way. We've lost our center. And that in order to bring ourselves back to whole, to not have to have so much stress, to have our life easier, to bring balance and harmony back into our practical workplace, how we make our living, our families, extended families, and our weather, means we all must reconnect to the deepest part of our soul. And that is the mystical doorway. Because the soul is an experience that is different than the left brain pragmatic experience, but it's the baluster of wisdom, and it's the baluster of deep peace that informs our practical mind on how to live life. And when the practical mind doesn't have that, the practical mind becomes very lost. And that's why these ancient teachings are so important right now. It's the missing key.
Mm-hmm. Well, it makes perfect sense, and I'm so glad that you took the time to explain that for us. I was really excited to hear about the meditation being available because it is something that's really transforming people's lives, and it's great because it's a guided meditation. So if you don't know how to meditate, you could just hit play and sit there.
Yes, and Marianne, I have to tell you something funny. So people say, well, why do you do guided visualization? I said, because I'm terrible at meditating. And the thing is, we're Western minded people, and to be able to get the mind to stop is just asking a little too much. So I said, well, wait a minute. If we can't get our mind to stop, what if we give our mind a direction that will also bring us into a deep altered state for peace and self-healing? And sure enough, it works. And you can look it up. You can Google it. That guided visualization is a powerful meditation. So that's why I do guided visualizations.
Well, hey, I'm grateful for that. I've been meditating for years, but there are times where your brain just goes on overload. And I think we're kind of as a society, we're kind of in that time right now. It's affecting so many people. And so to have something that can unplug you and you can move little by little into this other state which we're all looking to be a part of, where we feel more enlightened, more empowered, just kind of walking that spiritual path. I mean, kudos to you. I was very, very excited about hearing that. I was like, oh, I've got to get this.
Oh, great. Good.
Well, and so I know you've got a few workshops coming up, too. I understand you have one called Healing the Healer. Why don't you tell us a little about that?
Yes, I will. I'm really, really excited about this. Reverend Temple Hayes of the First Unity Spiritual Campus in St. Petersburg, Florida, invited me to come teach this. She invited me. She said, "What would you like me to?" Well, I said, "Her, what do you want?" She goes, "Well, how about healing the healer? We have so many healers, and I feel the healers need healing." And I said, "I'm there." So this workshop, which is at the campus in St. Petersburg, First Unity Spiritual Campus, from 1:30 to 3:30, is just a love offering. I'm going to be activating the violet transforming flame, which is the frequency of the Ascended Master Saint Germain. And this is a deep mystical energy that cleans your energetic toxins. If you've taken on anybody else's karma or stuff, this burns that karma. It just lifts it right out. So this is a deeply healing, energetic workshop where I'm going to be lifting all that stuff out through the violet flame and then teaching how to work with the violet flame at home and in your practice, whatever it is. So I'm real excited about this workshop.
Oh, that sounds fabulous, because not everyone can work with the violet transforming flame. I mean, that's something that has to be taught.
Yes, it's something that has to be taught, and that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be teaching it. I was very blessed to be initiated into the violet flame when I was about 23 by 5 of the original founders who were with the gentleman, Godfrey Ray King, who channeled the I Am Presence material. And it's an incredible story how I met them, but they initiated me there at I Am Temple in Memphis, Tennessee, on the violet flame. So I'm real happy to share this knowledge. And the violet flame is part of the Tree of Life, too. So I'll be talking about that. And then the next day, at the same place, I'm going to be giving a workshop. My husband, Will Arntz, who created What the Movie phenomenon, What the Leap Do We Know, we're going to be doing another workshop, Mastering the Age of Surprise, Entering the Radiance Tree of Life. So I'll be going deep into the Tree of Life and tying in the violet flame, where the violet flame is in your Tree of Life.
Now, do you have it set up this way that participants are doing the violet transforming flame the first day because of a particular reason?
Well, yes, I just read into the energy, and I was told to do the violet flame to do that on Saturday, and to do the Tree of Life Sunday. Now, you can come to one or the other. You're still going to have a great experience, or if you come to both, you will see how they blend in with each other.
Yeah, how it works. Well, I think it would be just such a powerful weekend. And I know the folks at First Unity, they're amazing down there in St. Petersburg. I've been there before. It's a fabulous place.
Oh, it's just fabulous. And I love Reverend Temple Hayes. Just what a light. What a powerful light and powerful teacher and healer. I'm just very honored to be invited to be there with her.
Yeah, well, and what's so cool is you get to connect with other people that are, also on their path, which I absolutely just love. I think that's fabulous, and it's quite a journey. And to be able to do that one day and then the next day, dive into the Tree of Life, which we've been talking about with the meditation. I mean, that's going to be a powerhouse of a weekend.
It'll be a real powerhouse, and it'll be a lot of fun. I'm all about having fun and being in the bliss. Bliss and joy is really the greatest healer. We go through, sometimes our pain will come up. We just pull it on out, take it out, give it to the angels, the archangels, the violet flame, and then we just reap the reward of that joy of our soul coming in. And that's the exciting part for me.
That's good. That has to be exciting. It's like you get a first row seat to see all, people clear all these, ages, maybe even lifetimes of
lifetimes. Oh, absolutely, lifetimes. And when you enter into the violet flame and the tree of life, I mean, they're both part of each other, whether I say that out loud or not. You just see these lifetimes of patterns coming out of, and people, I have people, I'm not kidding you, I'm not trying to sell a thing, I'm just sharing information. We just did this retreat at the Kopala Yoga Center, and this woman came up, she said, I've been coming to Kopala for 15 years, and I know now why. I came here for 15 years for today, because today I received what I've been looking for 15 years. Today I received it.
Gosh,
and she had that powerful healing.
Isn't that just fabulous to hear these stories? And
I've heard it over and over again. We were at the New Life Expo in New York. People came up and they said, I've been coming to these New Life Expos for years, and today this is it. I got what I'm looking for. Over and over.
You got to love that. You absolutely have to love that.
Well, it does. It certainly makes my day. I feel like, yippee, I did my job for the God.
Well, you definitely do your job. I mean, we're connected on social media, and I see your stuff all the time, the posts that you do. I mean, and sometimes not everyone wakes up, having a good hair day. Sometimes you could be a little grouchy or something like that. But it's so nice to see the posts that you have and go, gosh, okay, I'm going to start, feeling a little bit more positive than what I was when I first woke up. And I think that's so important. It's being able to make those adjustments in your day and move forward in a way that's really going to not just empower you, but support you on your journey.
Absolutely. And Marianne, that's so important what you said, because that time when we first wake up between night and day, or the soul being in the other world when we're asleep, and then now we're back in this world, that transition time for your soul is really difficult. And the soul, you wake up and the soul, oh no, where am I again? Oh, right. Oh, I'm in a dream. Oh gosh, I remember the fight that happened yesterday, and now I'm going to have to go to work, and oh, my foot hurts, and my kid has the flu, and the mind, it just starts going. Mm-hmm. So it's very important, it's essential to keep, to change patterns and to build the life, to manifest the life you want. It's so important that in the morning you just clear away those tapes, and you have a mantra, you have a practice, an affirmation for the day to reset your day. And for those of you who are not on my mailing list, please come to DeirdreHade.com, because I have for you a free meditation that does just that. You just put it on in the morning. It's 3 minutes, and it clears away all the thoughts that cause obstacles, and it brings in that radiant light of your soul. And it's for free, so just go get it. And that's I made it because I want to give it away.
Well, what a very beautiful gift. I know I'm going to make sure that I'm on your newsletter, because I think that's something a little new since the last time I signed up. So I'm going to go check that out. And why don't you share with us your website one more time where people can connect with you, learn about the workshops, and also your meditation and book?
Yeah, I would love to. Thank you. So my website is DeirdreHade.com. It's DeirdreHade.com, and don't worry if you spell it wrong, it's still going to come to me. You'll still come to DeirdreHade.com, and just sign in and say, yes, I want to ignite the light of my soul, and you will get this beautiful meditation. It is a video, so you can close your eyes and watch it, or you can open your eyes and watch it. But it's a powerful healing.
Oh, yes, without a doubt. I mean, I've been hearing about it, and I was waiting for us to have this discussion so we could talk more about it. I'm excited. I'm going to go get it, and I just highly suggest our listeners do as well. And also, if you're in the Florida area, if not, flights aren't that bad nowadays. It's easy to hop on a flight and be someplace, and you can attend one of these workshops, if not both, in St. Petersburg. So Deirdre, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show with us here today.
Well, thank you. It's been such a pleasure to be with you, and I really appreciate your time and your invitation, all the good work that you're doing to spread love and light.
Well, thank you, Deirdre, for being such a light to so many people, and of course, to share your new meditation, the Radiance Tree of Life Journey Meditation, with us here today. What a joy that's been. Again, if you'd like to learn more about Deirdre Hade, you can at her website, deirdrehade.com. We'll have the link below. Also, she has 2 upcoming events that we spoke of. Healing the Healer, the Violet Transforming Flame on October 20th. That's going to be at First Unity Spiritual Church in St. Petersburg, Florida, followed by the next day on Sunday, October 21st, Mastering the Age of Surprise, Entering the Radiance Tree of Life. So if you want to learn more about that and be able to get tickets, again, you can visit Deirdre's website at deirdrehade.com and learn more about all those great events there, as well as the meditation we've been talking about today. Well, we're at the end of our time today. I would like to thank everyone for tuning in. You've been listening to Moments with Marianne. And remember, make every moment count.
In a single moment, your life can change. Moments with Marianne is a transformative hour that covers an endless array of topics with the best of the best. Her guests are leaders in their fields, ranging from inspirational authors, top industry leaders, and business and spiritual entrepreneurs. Each guest is gifted and a true visionary, a recognized leader in her own work, and while teaching others to develop, refocus, and grow, Marianne will bring the best guest and sometimes a special surprise. Don't miss this. You never know just which moment will change your life forever. Moments with Marianne airs every Thursday, Friday, and Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Make sure to tune in and visit momentswithmarianne.com for more information.